Hi guys, welcome to day 6 of the Health and Wealth Challenge. I can't believe we are getting close. Congratulate yourselves for still being here. We're so excited to be back on for today's challenge. So today I am going to talk about monitoring your credit and how important it is to know what your credit score is and what's on your credit report. And Kerry, what are you going to bring to us today?
I'm going to talk about hydration levels, Katie. So, yep.
Perfect. So again, if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. And if you've been here for the past 5 days, thank you so much for staying with us. Again, please comment, let us know how you're doing. If there's questions that you have, we're here. We want to be a support system, and we want to make sure that going through this, there's no issues or questions, or you feel, hung up on an item. So, and if it is your first day, please definitely check out the other videos, because you're going to find that the information in that is really going to help you as you go along, and it's all going to kind of mesh together to get you, into that better place, whether it's financially, physically. It's going to give you that better overall health and wealth. So Kerry, over to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Katie. And again, I've had a ton of fun doing this with Kate. I hope that, you're cranking along now. We've given you a great basis to start. So, just to recap again, it's day 6. We've weighed ourselves. We've done our circumference measurements. We've tracked our food, or we downloaded an app. We've tracked our food. Yesterday, we had you looking at, we've written down and we paid ourselves first. So we've written down what we're going to do for the week for movement. Then we took a look and tried to bring them together and said, what are we eating? What are we burning? And, can we get the two to kind of mesh a little bit? We talked about, our cautionary zones, weighing yourself every day, not really the best thing to do. Planning in movement to compensate for bad eating, no good either. We want to make sure that we're eating better, moving more all the time, remembering it's a journey. So make a mindset shift. It's a journey. For Kate, she's going to tell you, knowing your numbers and making a financial journey, making a lifetime ahead. You're going to be living till you, I hate to say it, till you don't live anymore. So it's not about, setting goals and then meeting them and then stopping and go back to eating chips and salsa and 6 beers at night. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But if you're here, and I'm assuming you're here because you want our help. So think of fitness as a lifetime journey. Think of your finances as a lifetime journey, and you'll be great.
And mindset is everything. Where you've said that, I'm like, I'm surprised. Usually that is something that I use with people all the time. And from when you wake up in the morning and trying to, stay positive and have a clear vision, that, mindset just really, it can go a long way.
Yeah. So today I'm going to bring it all together, and like I did yesterday, and say, if you feel like, you're struggling a little bit, and that's going to be day 7, tell me your struggles and tell me your positives. Today I'm going to talk to you about hydrating. Oftentimes we can feel like we're hungry when it's really masquerading as thirst, or it's masquerading as hunger and it's really thirst. The opposite. Sorry about that. So here's your challenge for today. I want you to drink your body, half of your body weight in ounces in some type of hydration. So that's the key today. So let me give you an example. If you weigh 200 pounds, and the average guy is about 200 pounds, you're going to drink 100 ounces of either some type of fluid. And it's not, take out caffeine, take out alcohol. I'm sorry to tell you, but it has to be water products. It could be, Gatorades, waters, lemonades, coffees and teas that are decaf. Okay, so we're looking at no caffeination and no alcohol. I'm not saying don't drink alcohol or don't have caffeinated products. They just don't count, okay, for today's hydration exercise. So you can still have your morning coffee, but you're not going to be able to count it. So you can have, a glass of wine at night for supper. Hey, do whatever you need to do, but you can't count that as hydration. Okay, so half of your body weight, if you're 200 pounds, you're going to look at 100 ounces. And every, if you drink an average bottle of water, This is 16 ounces. So if you need 100, you're going to need what, 6 or 7 of those. And here's the other challenge. In the post, I want you to tell me how you feel. Was half your body weight in ounces too little or too much? People say, oh my God, Kerry, now I have to go to the ladies' room or men's room 56 times a day. Okay, well, your body's going to, it'll get used to that. I think for those folks who struggle to maintain a healthy weight, it's because they're dehydrated often. And they're eating because they think you're hungry. And really, oftentimes it's that you may just be thirsty. So hydrate. Those who hydrate, your skin is better. You feel better. You kind of clean, you detox a little bit. So the more you can hydrate, the better. Let me know. And oftentimes, my half your body weight in ounces is too little because I drink more than that normally. Okay, well then up it a little bit and see, what the difference is, and let me know what you think. Post. Day 6. Keep going. Over to you.
Yes, thanks, Kerry. So in just a recap, so day 1, I had you assess your spending. I had you look at your income and expenses. Then we went on to looking at creating a budget. I recommended the 50-30-20. Then we looked at developing an emergency fund, making sure you have a savings account set up for that, and setting up so that it's systematic. We looked at what is your outstanding debt if you have any, and then separating that into good and bad. Then we looked at setting some goals. Why are you doing this? What are you trying to obtain? And today, now that we've gone through everything and now you've set up some goals, well, now what is your credit? So if your goal is to buy a new car or buy a house, what is your credit? You need to have, usually in order to get the better interest rates, they really want you to have probably on average a credit score of 700. So do you know what your credit score is? Now, your credit score is going to be a number between 301 and 850. Now, often banks, credit cards, now you have high credit cards, and we want to work on that plan, but a lot of the credit card companies will give you your credit score on a monthly basis so that you have access to it. I would stay away from kind of the Credit Karma sites and things like that, because often they're not an accurate, true representation. And even the credit scores that might come from your bank or on the credit card, you don't necessarily always know which score they're coming for, but at least it will start to give you a guidance of where you're at. And along with knowing what that score is, do you know what's on your actual credit report? So you do have the ability, you can get your credit report annually. There are different credit agencies, so you could get it through TransUnion, Experian, Equifax. In the box below, I am going to add the links out there for you. And what I want you to do is, if you've gotten your credit score already annually, and you can go through one of the credit agencies, so that if you've done it through one, you can request it through the other. I want you to go online and I want you to request your credit report. And I want you to just look at it and make sure everything looks good. I've had clients that are like, no, everything is fine. And then they go, to try to open something and they're like, oh my gosh, I have something that's in a default. They didn't even know that they had it. So we want you to go through that. And if your credit score is bad, obviously then too, you want to go through that credit report to see why that is. And then there are mechanisms if your credit score is lower, obviously paying off that bad debt. We want to get rid of that. But with that being said, if you are paying off any of those bad debts you do not want to on a credit card, you do not want to close that card. It seems counterintuitive, especially if you had, if you've had revolving debt like that, you want to think, hey, I want to pay it and I want to get rid of it. You actually don't want to do that, because the way that the FICO scores are done, it's looking at how much overall credit you have available based on then how much of that you're using, so that if you don't have a lot of outstanding or available credit and now you go and close one, it actually can cause a bigger decrease in your credit score. So, it's important to then, if it's paid off, kind of put that card, cut it up, don't use it. And then in some cases, we still want you to maybe periodically use it to maybe buy groceries and pay it off. And that's just so that they continue to allow you to have that. But what I want you to do again today, I'm going to put in the links. You know, there's freecreditreport.com where you can get your credit report, and you can also request your FICO. So that's going to be tonight's homework. And just give me kind of like a emoji high five that you did it. I'm not asking you to report anything in there on, you know, on the credit. That's all personal information, but this is all important for you to know. You should have an understanding and want to build. If you're at 700, we want to get that score up higher, because what that's going to do is, if you are looking to buy a home, it's a great time right now to maybe be refinancing. The higher your score is, the better rates and opportunities you're going to have for yourself. So, and you don't ever want to go into one of those places blind and not know, because if there's something on there that's incorrect, you can try to dispute it directly with the credit agency and try to have it removed before you actually go out to any of the institutions. So for tonight, you know, I'm going to have you go through that again. Check the description box below. I'm going to have all of the links out there, and you just need to click on them. They allow you to create a username and password so that you can have access to that at a later date as well. Anything else you got for us, Kerry?
Listen,
No.
hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Know your numbers. Keep going. Day 6, we got one more day to go.
Yes, and comment. Let us know. Keep us posted. Let us know how you're doing. We're excited for you. You're one step closer. Tomorrow is the grand finale. All right. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.